As we reported in the previous programs, the 150th anniversary Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union is currently being held in Tashkent. The event featured discussions on important issues, one of which was a panel session on the impact of artificial intelligence on democracy, human rights and the rule of law. Details about this are in the following report.
Artificial intelligence is being widely applied in political, economic and social sectors. However, experts warn that the latest advancement in AI pose direct risks to democracy, human rights and the rule of law. This has urged lawmakers across the globe to take serious action. For this purpose, the Inter-Parliamentary Union adopted a resolution on artificial intelligence last October. The session began with reports on the implementation of the tasks outlined in that resolution.
I think that a lot of people think about AI of something that is very, like red flags and like warning, because maybe some countries or some companies has used it in their favor. But I want to see AI as a solution, as a tool, as something that will help us instead of something that will harm us. That we have an AI commission that we presented in November last year, and also that we in Sweden have had an AI strategy since 2018. So I want to bring some positive things to this debate today. Of course, we need legislation, and it has to be a legislation that can be worked within in many years, because legislation, it takes time. But we know with AI and the development with AI, it doesn't take time, it takes seconds. So to have the legislation and the AI development connected, that's the hard part.
According to the speakers who addressed the panel session, the rapid development of AI is pushing national parliaments and the global community to act more swiftly. At the same time, it increases the demand to create legal frameworks that address AI-related risks and to continuously update existing ones.
Our president highlighted this in his speech during the assembly. He emphasized the importance of developing ethical standards in the use of artificial intelligence. AI is indeed a good tool, but we must also consider its potential downsides. In that regard, the proposal is to develop common ethical guidelines and rules that apply to everyone. Today, many participants gave special attention to this issue. Overall, this is a highly important topic. What is encouraging is that also the IPU's resolutions are not legally binding. They are later reviewed and discussed at subsequent assemblies, where each country shares how they are applying these resolutions, what limitations exist, and what changes have been made. This kind of experience sharing greatly enhances the impact of future IPU assemblies.
Participants emphasize that the current efforts around AI are not enough. According to them, it is essential to organize a series of initiatives, such as adopting more resolutions, facilitating dialogue among stakeholders, establishing consistent communication between members of parliament from direct countries, sharing experiences and ideas, and enhancing MPs' capacity in this domain. On April 8, as part of the 150th anniversary Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, a panel session dedicated to combating climate change was held. The session specifically focused on measures to reduce methane emissions. Methane can remain in the atmosphere for several years. Its heat-trapping ability leads to a rise in global temperatures over the long term, which accelerates climate change. During the panel session, the role of parliaments in environmental protection was highlighted, with a focus on the need for legal documents aimed at reducing methane emissions.
Carbon monoxide, which is produced by fossil fuels, is harmful, but methane gas is 86 times more dangerous. As you know, Uzbekistan has set ambitious goals for methane reduction, aiming to reduce methane emissions by 30% by 2030. This is a crucial issue because methane has a significantly negative impact on climate change. For the first time in Central Asia, 2 landfills in Uzbekistan have been turned into energy generation projects, using gas from waste to produce electricity. Uzbekistan is leading this initiative in the region.
In addition, the session covered the consequences of climate change, such as drought, disruptions in seasonal change, increasing desertification, and improper distribution of water resources. Several suggestions were made regarding the rational use of water, specifically the drying of the Aral Sea, and the resulting environmental degradation were discussed, with a call for drawing lessons from the Aral crisis.
According to estimates by the United Nations, the number of climate migrants worldwide will reach 216 million by 2050. Based on our calculations, in Central Asia, climate migrants could exceed 2.2 million by 2040.
For reference, in 2019, 330 million tons of methane were released into the atmosphere, and nearly 20% of global warming is attributed to methane emissions. These figures highlight the importance of the initiatives being implemented to combat climate change.